22. The record is clean, and the Legends looking to make a big splash in the new year.
Yeah, no, this is perfect basketball, the perfect opportunity for everybody to come back with a fresh start and get this season going.
Vipers win the opening tip. Foster will take it in. Olin Carter giving him his space. And a shot from three off the rim, but the Vipers come back up with it. Great ball movement so far from the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. Vital on the outside to Marvin Smith, but it won't fall.
I thought those were two good, solid defensive possessions. Unfortunately, they didn't get the offensive rebound, but they circled back and forced them to take a difficult shot.
So Olin Carter will inbound it to Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Big man Love has Smith on him. Vipers steal it. Here comes Bay, all alone. Slams it home.
As I said earlier, Tyler Bay plays both ends of the court, and don't forget he was Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. So that type of style of that style of play is totally in him.
Deep shot from Olin Carter, and the Legends respond.
Olin Carter has been shooting the ball exceptionally well. I love his stroke.
Mitchell finds it open Foster. And a low pass will go out of bounds, intended for Bay. Nice crowd here tonight at the Comerica Center, despite maybe another team that has some local ties playing.
Who would that be?
We don't need to worry about that right
Okay.
now. All we need to worry about is Legends basketball is back here in the new year.
And the fans came out to support.
They certainly did. It's great to see. We mentioned in the pregame, December 11th was the last time the Legends played at home, and it was a sour ending to the homestand because it was a loss. So they've been waiting to get back in front of the hometown faithful and show them that the Legends will not go quietly here in this last 36-game stint. Here's Foster. Dingu on him, finds inside to Marvin Smith, but it won't fall, and Loudon Ludd comes up with it.
I thought that was a pretty good play by RGV. They just couldn't finish.
Love gets his own rebound, tips it, but won't fall. Legends back with the ball. And Olin Carter can't find the hoop. Vipers quickly the other way. Bay outside finds Foster. Around the rim and out. And down to the floor hard goes Tyler Bay. And a whistle.
Well, they gave up a corner three. You don't want to give up strong side corner three. So that's the first thing. And right now, Tyler Bay is just outworking them. We got to be disciplined and stay down on the pump fakes and jump second. I tell all of my players to jump second.
Saw on the replay there, collision with Ferron Hunt, who is back from his 10-day that expired, back with the Legends.
You know, good for him, and he's committed to the G League, and he got his opportunity.
And we'll go ahead and mention some other names you won't hear tonight. Justin Jackson, Carly Jones, a couple of guys who are up in the NBA who deserve it, and find themselves in the big leagues. Loudon Love turns and lays it in. And the big man, nice little roll off the fingers basket.
You know, as you talk about the call-ups, I think it says a lot about what Coach G and his staff are doing here in Frisco, Texas. Right? They are improving, and people are noticing.
Foster drives. And Love tips it to Hunt. Back the other way of the Legends. Yeah, one of the things that when I was talking to Coach Gallinopoulos in our pregame chat was having a shortage of players because they're all playing in the NBA is the best problem I could have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now it's the next man up, right? You've been on the bench. You've been practicing hard. Now it's your turn. Come in ready to play.
Dingu and Trey Mitchell fighting for the ball and goes out of bounds, whistled down. Dingu, of course, our featured player. He was a UNT fan favorite, and the Legends have completely welcomed this kid and have absolutely loved the product he's given them on the court.
I wonder why he was a UNT fan favorite. Maybe because he's doing the exact same thing he's doing now.
Mitchell.
He's bringing consistent energy and effort.
Tell you what, Ty, Karan Hunt and Loudon Love, strong underneath the basket tonight. Inside pass, put away! Karan Hunt! And what a pass from Ja'Cory McLaughlin.
I thought they ran that play to a T. The dribble handoff, weak side slot cut is very hard to defend.
Trey Mitchell responds for the Vipers, and Texas still on top by 1. Love with pressure from Marvin Smith. Tosses it off to Olin Carter, the jumper. Won't go. And Foster picks it up back the other way, but it's stolen by McLaughlin. He pulls up from 3. Short. Good back and forth basketball here in the early aughts.
Fantastic D. What a questionable shot. Dribble, contested 3. Those type of shots will assist you in losing the game.
McLaughlin finds Gu on the outside. Gu to Love. And Love, ever so gently, puts it through the hoop.
You know, I am loving the Legends' energy on both ends of the court. They are defending the paint, and they're bringing it on the offensive end.
Here's Vital. Love bumps him off, but it'll be Tyler Bay finishing the drive. Tyler Bay on Love. Love giving him a bump and whistled down. A lot of defense so far early in this one here in Frisco, Texas. 9-8 the Legends lead. And more Texas Legends basketball on the other side.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Sports Academy at the Star, a full-circle training facility helping athletes of all levels perform better. This Legends broadcast is brought to you by your local Dallas-Fort Worth Kia dealers.
Get in on all the excitement all season long. Group tickets, individual tickets, and season ticket packages for 2021-2022 are available now. Call 214-469-0822 or go to TexasLegends.com. Well, it's a lot of defense early on in this one, Ty, as the Legends lead 9-8 over the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. We're seeing big men, Loudon Love and Karan Hunt, super aggressive underneath the basket, and we're seeing some big shots on the offensive side as well.
Absolutely. I think we need to have more of a collective effort on the offensive rebounds, as Big Love and Ferrant, they're down there, but the guards have to come in and get in the mix.
Love puts his hands up but can't stop the Viper attack led by Trey Mitchell. As now on the floor, DeJon Giroux, a recent pickup for the Legends. He hands it off to Love. Love tried to find Karan Hunt inside, but instead, on the outside, it's Olin Carter.
You know, I'm seeing more and more ball handling from Big Love. He does a really good job of protecting the ball, dribbling with his head up, looking to make that extra pass.
Carter, of course, playing the last 2 seasons overseas in Spain and Serbia. Making a splash in this one. DeJon Giroux, layup, fouled off.
Giroux did a phenomenal job of finding that driving lane, and he went hard to the paint. Put the pressure on the referees to make the right call.
Fairly new face for the Legends, Giroux. In the hectic month that was December. Played 3 years at Houston after transferring from Massachusetts. He was traded to Texas on December 27th and signed to the Rockets on a 10-day hardship exemption on December 28th.
You know, any player that plays for Kelvin Sampson comes to any team and brings a level of grit and toughness, and we just saw it in that previous play.
Legends on top by 2 on the 5.5 mark here in the opening frame. Jamon Ivey facing off against Olin Carter. Driving inside and lays it up. It's Khalil Whitney.
I thought that was absolutely perfect defense. Perfect defense, and he made a very difficult shot.
Giroux finds Olin Carter, finds Love, and Love stacks it away.
Love with the soft shot, soft touch rather.
It's big man Marvin Smith out on the floor.
I'm sure Coach G would rather Jakari be in the plug together with his body and not his hand. Anytime you're reaching in there to swipe, that gives the referee the green light to call that foul.
Dingu coming in for Loudon Love. Gets his first rest of the night. And Trey Mitchell with the inbound pass. Give and go. Layup. Beautiful. Over Hunt. 2.
That was another extremely difficult shot. I love the defense, and that type of effort will get the Legends the victory for sure.
Karan Hunt examining his options. DeJon Giroux back out to Hunt. Inside to Goo. And twirls around and lays it up over Smith. And it sounds like there's a delay of game. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, he grabbed the ball and threw it to the ref. That's a huge pet peeve of mine as a coach. I want to save my delay of game for the fourth quarter when I need more time in the huddle to draw a play up.
Seems a bit early, but nonetheless, that's how the cards fall. Layup and a foul as it's Khalil Whitney.
You know, these last 3 possessions, I would love to see the weak side pull over more and make them make that pass outside of the paint, right? I see they're there, but they're doing more reaching. I love how Whitney has been aggressive, and as he turned that corner, he has to see bodies.
All forearm there for Hunt, who takes the foul, and checking in is Leon Gilmore coming in for Hunt. I think this is a good time to remind everybody there is the 1-shot free throw rule for the G League.
Which I absolutely love, by the way.
You think we'll ever see it in the NBA?
Absolutely not.
One of those rules that, you know, they use the G League as an experimentation. Coach's challenge came from the G League. That's probably one that might stay here, but it does speed things up.
I think that would destroy all of the stats.
McLaughlin looking for a flying Goo. And he gets fouled. That would have been a pretty sweet setup and finish if they were able to drop it.
Although he didn't finish the dunk, I do think that was an awesome free throw play that Coach G called.
So that'll leave DeJon Giroux to inbound it.
I'm really surprised he's not shooting free throws.
Curious to that as well, Ty. Here's Giroux. Outside. Olin Carter! Come on!
I love the driving kick. That's simple basketball, and guess what? It works.
9 points, 3 for 3 from outside. What a start for Olin Carter.
And if Carter get going early, that's a great sign for the Texas Legends. Great job.
Legends up by 3. Gilmore finds McLaughlin inside to Goo, off the fingertips and out. 5 straight baskets for the Legends. Before that, they maintained possession, though. And see the head coach for the Vipers, Mahmoud Abdel Fattah, on his play. Here come the Vipers the other way. Pass intercepted by Gu, falls into the hands of Giroux. He drives up top and barely misses. Was a driving Gilmore, and back the other way. Rio Grande Valley, a missed dunk again. That's 2 in a row. Giroux lays it up, not a miss this time. Legends with a bucket.
You know, what the fans didn't see, they saw Gilmore miss that dunk, but he hustled his tail off to get back at the other end and contest the lob.
21-16, Legends leading in an electric few minutes here at the Comerica Center. 3:09 left in the opening frame. Texas Legends basketball back on the other side.
At Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant, you can stay a while and play a while. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, serving the best barbecue since 1989. Rudy's, real Texas barbecue.
Back here in Frisco, Texas, 21-16, the Legends leading the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. Earlier this season, they split a win and a loss at Rio Grande Valley when these two teams last met. And Ty, I think this is a good point of the broadcast where we can bring up kind of how the G League is set up this year, because really it's 2 seasons. You have the beginning parts, which we saw in November and early December. There was the Winter Showcase where the Legends went 8-6. And then you have this 36-game. Records are clean, 0 wins, 0 losses. I don't want to call it a sprint to the finish, but that's kind of what it feels like.
Well, I absolutely love it because in the past, really the G League is 2 seasons because there's so many call-ups. The teams change around this time every single year anyway. And it gives these players who had the first half of the season was bad, but now they can restart. They can get that same energy, that same passion to finish the season strong.
Giroux taking his time, slides inside, and off the rim. He was fading away, and it looked like he had just not enough momentum to get the full strength on that ball.
You know, from what I see of Giroux, I like it. I like his length. I like his aggressiveness. And once again, any player that comes from the Kevin Sampson tree, I'm a big fan of.
Vital deep outside. Bounces off and out. And a foul called against the Legends.
You know, that was an off-ball foul, and I didn't see what happened, but I'm going to trust that the referee saw it.
You'd hope so, right? If he's the one making the call, you hope he saw something, but it will be Vital with the inbound pass. A lobber over to Bay. Vipers slowing things down a bit here. 2:11 left in the opening frame. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Ball to the floor, and the Legends will come up with it.
Great defense. Great defense by Brown. His man tried to attack the paint. He cut him off with his chest. Textbook defense. Brandon
Fields out on the floor. A guy who no doubt has been the leader in the locker room. We saw him really rally his team a couple of games that we did back in November. As Giroux with a dart of a pass. And it's back to Brandon Fields on the outside. One-hander to Dingu down low. And over the top won't go. Viper ball.
I love the patience and poise the Legends are playing with in the half court. They're patient and they're purposeful.
Be Isaiah Brown tipping it out of bounds. And that'll leave Khalil Whitney on the inbound pass. There's Faulkner with a hook pass inside. And after 3 attempts, it won't go for Bay. Finally, Gilmore comes up with it and finds a driving Fields. A deep outside shot for Isaiah Brown, and he's fouled.
You know, the one thing the Legends cannot have on the defensive end is lack of communication. Bay, he was wide open. He just missed that shot, and it was only because Brown and Ding didn't communicate.
If you've heard the name Tyler Bay before, that may be because he played 18 games with the Mavs. Last year, he shot 32%. You heard that note in the pregame. One of those guys who can easily be called up at any time. As that one shot worth 3 for Brown is good.
I think every coach loves that rule when it works out for them, and they hate it when it don't.
Vipers driving.
Brown once
Whitney
again.
bumped off the ball.
Wow, Brown once again with a phenomenal defensive possession.
Tempers flaring out on the court a little bit. Vipers will have the ball. Not sure exactly if I saw what happened there. It's like a bump out of bounds. And it'll be the responsibility of Christian Vital to get past Fields and set up the offense. Goo on Bay. Bay falls to the floor and then gets the foul.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good move by Bay. Bay felt the pressure of Ding, and he cut him off, and he spent right into a foul and an opportunity to get it on the free throw line.
Goo not only playing for UNT after 3 years at North Dakota State prior to his transfer, but he's also had 3 appearances for the Ugandan national team, which, as you know, Coach Gallinopoulos has a very close tie to them, as he usually goes over there for AfroBasket. Spends a lot of his time out there helping that team out.
Yeah, so Coach G knows him very, very personally, and it's no surprise he's here playing with him.
Down to the final 40 in the opening frame. 4-point lead for the Legends. Dejan Giroux. Nice little between the legs dribble. And finds Brown on the outside. Fade away. Basket is good.
Yeah, I thought that was simple basketball. Once again, Giroux driving, he's drawing too, and he's kicking to the wide open man.
16 seconds. Vipers will get the last shot. Fields all over Bay. Or excuse me, Vital. Vital for 3. 1 second. Buzzer. So that will do it for the opening first quarter of action. Legends with a 6-point lead, 26-20 over the Rio Grande Valley Vipers in the first home game since December 11th. Their first game since December 22nd. Both of those games losses, so you better believe the Legends trying to change that and start off the new season 1-0 here at the Comerica Center in Frisco. Legends basketball back in a moment. You could take a half-court shot at winning $21,000 for Mike Bowman Century 21 at the Legends. Sign up at textlegends.com. Back here for second quarter action as the Legends start with the ball, and it's Loudon Love trying to put it away. A tip in, but it won't go. Texas building up a 6-point lead there in the first frame. But immediately the Vipers respond and start the second quarter off with a 3.
You know, the Vipers until that point was 0 for 10 for 3, and most of their shots were contested. And now the first time they come out the gate, they get an uncontested 3 and they knock it down.
Inbound pass from Isaiah Brown. He finds Brandon Fields. Giroux back to Fields. Fade away. And it won't fall. That's 2 missed buckets in a row to start off the second quarter. And what a block that time by DeJon Giroux. Unfortunately, Jamon Ivey comes back up with it. And it'll be Foster finally putting it away.
Yeah, I was really surprised the referee didn't give Foster a tech. He literally screamed in his face.
Giroux, nice little roll off the fingertips. And the Legends gets their first basket here in the second quarter.
What a great pickup by the Legends with Giroux.
Nice board that time from Brown. Was moving quick, but now slowing things down as Love tosses it to Fields. Step back, drops it.
No, that was all set up by Love. He did a DHO, which is a dribble handoff inside the three-point line. He pitched, he picked, which gave Brandon a driving angle to get the easy basket.
Vipers respond as Ivey lays it in. Again, nice little crowd here tonight. Saturday night basketball in Frisco. And a foul called on Love.
That's the second offensive foul that Bay has taken on Love. And that's not easy, everybody. That's a big man coming at you, and he's there early, and he's taking that, and there's 2 times for him. Good job, Bay.
Quite a sacrifice to take one from Love. Like
Absolutely.
Big guy at 6'8", 260, and to take that body after a couple of times, it can't feel good. Maybe need some ice later.
And he's not flopping. He's actually taking it.
Outside shot from Faulkner. Vipers come back up with it, and finally Love pulls it away, finds a driving Hunt, slams it home. So beautiful takeaway, beautiful finish. And you want to talk about 2 guys that have been on the same page tonight. Look no further than Loudon Love and Ferron Hunt.
You know, I think the Legends are doing too much for trying to block the shots. Just go vertical, and if you jump second, that's good enough.
There you have it again, Ferron Hunt, no doubt, uncontested, had all day really. And a look over to the bench to show his team that he's got him. It'll be free throws for Marvin Smith. He's 0 for 3 from the field and makes the shot. His first points on the night.
Because the Legends have so many players, Coach G is literally calling the play and directing traffic live. It's pretty good.
Olin Carter continuing his dominance here in the second. Had 9 points in the first quarter, was 3 of 3 from 3, and 4 of 6 from the field with 11 tonight.
Once again, I talked about the weak side defense being in position and not getting into position. Olin Carter was late, and they got an easy basket on the other end. I'm sure Coach G will address it at halftime.
McLaughlin started the drive, but it's whistled down. It'll be shots for Olin Carter III. First time to the line tonight. Had a season high 24 points against Greensboro back on November 27th. That game he also hit 6 threes. Well on pace to pass those numbers.
Yeah.
Giroux to Dingu.
Great driving kick. Hunt has to be ready to take that shot, but he didn't want it, and he attacked the paint with some aggressiveness. Great job.
Hunt with a big showing tonight. He's at 6. Again, coming fresh off that 10-day with the Pelicans. Didn't see any action. Back with the Legends.
But I'm sure the experience was fantastic.
Of course, just being there.
Yeah.
Being around that environment, hearing what those coaches have to say. As their Giroux bumped off. Gets the foul. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, so had to do something with it.
You know, I can't keep saying it enough. Giroux has ability to break the paint, and when you find a player like that, it opens up your offense.
Legends remain up by 4. They've stayed in control somewhat this game, but the Vipers never too far behind, keeping it interesting here in the first half.
You know, partly they're keeping it close is the offensive rebounds. At this point, they have, I believe, 9 offensive rebounds, and that's too much in an entire game, let alone in one half.
Give and go. Foster lays it in over Goo. Gubin, or excuse me, DeJon Giroux been super active tonight. McLaughlin now, though, with the ball. Finds a hole, drives the lane. And a beautiful layup from Ja'Cory McLaughlin.
Yeah, that was a really good take and a really good finish.
Deep outside shot, won't fall for Smith. And McLaughlin the other way, behind the back pass to Giroux. Ferran Hunt on the left side. Short. Legends back with the ball, tries it again. This time it was Carter.
You know, I'm
His
not
first missed 3 of the night.
I'm not mad at that shot at all. That's what he do. He's on fire. I support it.
And Giroux looking for the oop with Hunt, but it won't go. Vipers quickly the other way, and a foul. So it'll be Legends leading 41-35 at the 6:29 mark here in the second quarter. Texas Legends basketball back in just a moment.
What do you think?
Synergy One Lending provides the modern mortgage experience for home buyers and homeowners. ER Near Me is a standalone emergency room offering concierge emergency services. We have locations in Plano, Richardson, Addison, and Hewlett.
That means that.
Remember, you can follow the Texas Legends on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, and the team's website, TexLegends.com. And I can only imagine that's exactly what that man is doing right there, is making sure he follows the Legends on all the socials. 35-41, Legends leading right now, 6:29 mark of the second quarter in the return to action in Frisco for the first time since December 11, 2021. That was a whole year ago, technically.
You are right.
I'm sorry, I'm goofy like that sometimes.
No
Jamon
problem.
Ivey at the free throw line. And he sinks his one and only shot. He's at 6 points coming off the bench for the Vipers. Here's McLaughlin, 2 points tonight. 1 for 2 from the field. And a give and go Hunt to Olin Carter, who finds Gilmore, and a nice passing sequence to lead to 2 points.
There's also great footwork by the big man.
Nine Legends so far tonight with points. Spreading the wealth, as they call it. Carter leading the scoring with 12. And it's Hunt with the ball. Looking for the pass was a wide open Gilmore, but Hunt tries to find a swinging outside Carter. It goes out of bounds.
You know, anytime you have a dribble handoff, the offensive player that's receiving the ball has to set his man up as if it's a pin down. Otherwise, there is no space, and they will blow it up.
2 seconds on the shot clock. McLaughlin from three. Falls off the rim. That would have sent the place wild had that fall.
I think the RGV Vipers are picking up their defensive intensity. I'm sorry.
Ivey receives the end-pound pass from Mitchell. Past Gilmore. And an inside pass finding Tyler Bay. Slams it home. Hunt quickly back the other way. Stays on it, and persistence pays off.
Yeah, I would love to see more purpose and more energy on the defensive end. RGV, they're touching the paint way too easy.
8 points for Hunt. He's 4 of 7 from the field. And Gilmore all over Vital. Double team. Inside pass to an open Bay. And Legends take the ball before the shot clock violation. And there's Hunt laying it in. And the foul.
You know, Hunt is really growing. To see Hunt now and to remember him at the beginning of the season is totally different. As you can see right here, he puts his head down and he embraces that contact and gets the and one.
And a nice pass from Isaiah Brown to start that sequence. And so Hunt will go to the line for the first time tonight. He's at 10 points. Second in scoring behind Carter with 12. Behind them, Love and Giroux with 6. One and only free throw for Hunt, and it bounces off. Luckily, Gilmore's underneath the basket and puts it home, saying, I got you.
You know, the average fan don't understand how difficult it is to rebound a free throw if you're the offense. Great job by the big fella, and great finish.
Air ball there from Whitney. But the Vipers get a foul. And it'll be against Ja'Cory McLaughlin. At the 4:17 mark, Legends still on top, up by 8.
You know, the Vipers are 1 for 15 from 3, and typically they have a history of being really good three-point shooters. You have to anticipate the second half they'll come out and make those shots.
First time to the line tonight for Vital, who has 2 points, and add on 2 more for a grand total of, if you do the math, 4. And that's the only math I'll do tonight because anything past that is challenging for my talking head brain.
Right.
Nice pass from Gilmore over to Carter, and it's bumped out by Bay. Can't get over it. I'll probably say it 10 more times tonight, but what a great crowd tonight.
Yeah. You know, considering it's the G League and we have another game that's going on right now, shout out to the fans that's coming out to support.
All I know is that game doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, and this one does.
Right,
this is the start of the 36-game sprint to the finish.
That's right, and we are here.
And I have a record I have to maintain as the fill-in for this broadcast for one Jared Sandler.
That's right.
I don't want to say Coach mentioned it in the pregame meeting, my record, but he might have. So if things go south, you may see me running before we wrap things up.
There you go.
So it'll be 4:04 left here in the first half in a game that I can only describe as wishy-washy right now. We've seen some spurts of energy, but then we've seen teams settle down. It seems like there's just not a consistency of how each team wants to approach this.
Yeah, I think both teams will come out in the second half with some more energy and purpose, right? I think this is the first game of this 2022 second season, and guys got the little butterflies, I would say.
So coming out of the timeout, McLaughlin finds an inside lane. Vicious layup, but goes wide. And slammed away, but a foul. It's for Ron Hunt, who got a little bit too much wrist as Tyler Bay trying to poster him, term the kids are using these days.
Yes. You know, I thought that was a really good block, to be honest with you. I thought Hunt met him up top. He hit the ball first, but I think the referees reacted to Bay falling down.
So Hunt comes out of the game. Dingu checks back in. Gu so far tonight, 13 minutes, 2 points. A little of a slow ramp up for him. Our featured player of the game for the Legends. A lot of people know that name around here for his time at UNT. And the lead shrinking to 4 for Texas. Here's McLaughlin. Tries to find Gu, but it goes over his head. That's hard to do. He's 6'9", but had pressure to make the pass.
You know, part of McLaughlin's growth is keeping that guy locked on his hip. I thought Ding set a great screen, but McLaughlin opened up his stance, and he allowed that guy to mess up that play.
3.5 remaining here in the first half. Brandon Fields preparing to check into this game, but right now it's a pass over on the outside to Whitney. And it's whistled down. So Fields will come in for Carter. Carter chartering 15 minutes so far tonight, 12 points.
The Legends will definitely need Carter to keep that hot hand going in the second half.
And Fields, after checking in, bumps one out of bounds. It was a nice defense of the pass. And tried to go inside. 12 seconds on the shot clock for the Vipers. Pass to Whitney on the outside. Won't go, and McLaughlin comes up with it. Over to Fields. Outside to Brown, and an errant pass to Ja'Cory McLaughlin, and it'll be a backcourt violation on the Legends.
You know, that's Brown's second turnover from jump passing. He needs to have better control and energy as he drive and kick.
A lot of turnovers so far tonight. The Vipers on the better half of that, it seems like, so far.
Yeah, I think these players are just knocking off the rust. I hope so.
Dingu giving Smith Jr. a run for his money on that inbound pass. It's found safely in the hands of Vital, though. Now to Bay. Brown on Bay. Nice block by DeJon Jarreau. Maybe new to Texas, but has certainly impressed me wearing a Legends jersey. Legends still up by 4, down to the final 2:47 of the first half. Legends basketball back in just a moment. The Perfect Smiles Kids Zone. Let the kids play all game long in the Perfect Smiles Kids Zone, presented by Perfect Smiles Dentistry. Well, it's 49-45 Legends on top of the Vipers, and both of these teams' first game back since the showcase, starting off 2022 hot. Again, we have to remind everybody what happened in the showcase and in the first half of the season does not matter anymore. The record's reset. Both teams, no wins, no losses. So really, this is like the start of a new year. A lot of players called up, a lot of new faces, a lot of new names, and a lot of new basketball.
100% accurate, you know, especially the showcase. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so we're going to keep that there. Literally, right? And so, and what you just said is perfect because it gives the guys rejuvenated energy to kind of finish this season strong.
Jarreau with aggressive play inside. The basket won't count. But there is a foul on Christian Vital before he shot it, so won't get the and one.
No, he won't, but let's acknowledge how he's consistently attacking that paint. I love that about his game.
Like I said, going into the break, he's impressed me so far, and I know he's impressed Coach Gallinopoulos a lot as well. There's Dingu with the put away.
Yeah, great pass by McLaughlin.
And it'll be Foster for the Vipers. Now, Coach, you mentioned to me as we were chatting in the pregame, as we will do, catch up. Yeah, we haven't seen each other in a while since the holidays. You were actually at the showcase. Anything you want to bring to the broadcast or any takeaways from there? We leave it in Vegas as far as from a basketball Texas Legends standpoint, but as a whole, how did it go?
It went great. I was there with USA Basketball, and we're in the process of finding players for our February window where we'll play Mexico and Puerto Rico. But ironically, 90% of the players that we had listed, they all got called up. And so we have to go back to the drawing board and find some more players.
Tyler Bay makes a shot. Legends come back the other way. Brown a toss to Fields, who tosses it to McLaughlin. Nice spin, fake! And the put-up won't go, but what a move that was by McLaughlin.
What a great move, and as he gets older, he would know that that's a great...
A steal from Jarreau, and puts it home is Isaiah Brown. An early candidate for play of the night is DeJon Jarreau. Absolutely vicious. Hail Mary pass to Isaiah Brown. And he had all day, but slams it with vigor. Outside shot from Whitney won't go.
RGV Vipers are consistently trying to show everybody that they can make three-pointers, but they're not. I've seen at least 7 contested threes that you do not want to take. They are 1 for 18. Pump fake and attack the paint.
Texas Legends picking their shots wisely. They're 3 of 8, 37% from 3. And part of the reason they're on top, 53-49. Fields a hook pass over to Giroux. And here's Giroux. Was looking for Gu, but intercepted by the Vipers. Down to the final minute here in the first half. Lauber finds Smith. Smith back onto the outside to Vital. 6 seconds of the shot clock. Vipers need to make a move. Inside, Vital. Won't go, they get their own rebound and slammed home by Bay.
Once again, the Achilles heel is offensive rebounds.
Lead down to 2 for Texas. And Bay with a double here in the first half. 20 points, 12 rebounds. No wonder he was our featured player.
You know, I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, that's what he do. I love how, once again, Giroux is attacking the paint, and he's going to try to get the easy 2 at the free throw line.
So it'll be Giroux shooting his free throw. Coming off the bench with 6 points. 1 of 2 from the line. And move that to 1 of 3. Down to the final 25. Legends should be able to get the last shot here in the first half and hold on to their 53-51 lead. Dingu giving fits to Foster. A foul.
Yeah, Foster drove right through the nail, right in the middle of the free throw line with no resistance. The weak side has to pull over and don't hug their man. As you can see right here, he's attacking the paint, and Giroux needs to be there with his body and not his hands.
And props to Foster staying with that one. He did lose the ball because of Gu. However, came back up with it and will now go to the line. And a tie ball game. 53 up. 13 seconds. Legends will get the last shot pending anything strange. McLaughlin drives. Trying to go up and over Trey Mitchell. Goes to the floor, gets the foul.
Great attack by McLaughlin. He's not selling. He's going to attack the rim and make them call a call. I never understood how a player could make a foul and then as soon as the referee called it, he acted surprised. Mitchell clearly fouled him, and now when the referee calls the call, he's acting so astonished, or it just blows my mind.
First time to the line tonight for Jacori. He's got 2 points in 17 minutes of work. Leading the Legends right now in minutes. 0 of 2 from 3 and 1 of 5 from the paint.
He also has 3 assists, so he's doing a good job of drawing to and making the right pass.
Down to 4 seconds, 55-53 Legends. Vipers attacking the other way. Vital lays it. Won't go. Legends remain on top. And in an exciting first half of action, and as no surprise to anybody, a little rust being knocked off by both teams. Haven't played in a long time, Legends, since December 22nd. But the fans glad to be back for the first time since December 11th. It's electric. Almost a full house tonight here on a Saturday in Frisco. Legends 55-53 at the half. You love to see it. You love to see when teams and front office staff get out in the community and help out. But you know what you also love to see? second half action, and it's happening now as the Legends start with the basketball. Hunt finds McLaughlin, Loudon, Love, Dingu, all on the floor for Texas. Love inside, wide open, uncontested, off the fingertips.
McLaughlin does a good job of attacking the paint, but also keeping his head up, ready to make the right play.
Foster with the ball for the Vipers. And inside Bay, Patience still won't fall. Rebounds picked up by Mitchell, and it'll go.
It seems as if every time the defense see a pump fake, they bite it. The discipline comes in with understanding that I'm going to jump second and contest properly.
Love rolling on the outside. And another quick 4 points for Love to start off the second half.
You know, Love has a really soft touch around the basket. I've seen him make it with his right and left hand.
And it's a layup for Smith. So teams trading punches back and forth, but the Legends remain on top by 2. Things seem to be a little bit cleaner. That cleaning up that we had referenced in the half somewhat taking effect. Slow, too, the pace. As Love and Smith. Hunt double teamed. And McLaughlin outside, but it's a shot clock violation as sometimes you just lose track of it. You know, you're playing and you have pressure and you're not taking a look at the digital scoreboard on top of the hoop. You shouldn't, but it happens.
Well, typically when that happens, somebody messed up in the offensive set. All right, because I know Coach G doesn't draw plays that last 24 seconds. So they have to come back, get a stop, and go to the other end more focused.
Interesting note, the Vipers usually make 13 threes a game. They're 1 for 18 as of the first half. And struggling in that department. One thing they're not struggling with is down low, proven by Tyler Bay.
You know, I saw an interview with Bill Russell, and he says the art of blocking shot is knowing my own ability. Then and there, Love could not block that shot, which gave up a tip dunk for Bay.
Things squared away at 59, and a deep dagger from Tyler Bay, putting the Vipers on top, and a timeout called by Coach Gallinopoulos of the Legends, and we will take it with them. Not the best start for Texas, as the Vipers finally finding some success in the 3 department and are on top 62-59, 9:46 remaining in the third quarter. Every game this season, one lucky fan gets a chance to complete the Central Kia Car Giveaway Challenge. Be here, be rowdy, and you might drive home in a new car from Central Kia, the Kia Challenge. Well, an interesting start for the Legends here in the third quarter as the Vipers get their first lead at 62-59 for the first time since it was 10-9 early in this ball game.
Well, that was a good timeout by Coach G. Looking forward to seeing the offensive play that they run. But also, I'm looking forward to see the energy and consistency on the defensive end.
No look pass from McLaughlin, and maybe he should have had eyes on it because it was right in the hands of a Viper. And driving the other way is Mitchell laying it up and in.
It seems as if the Vipers have some type of momentum, energy going right now.
Corey McLaughlin trying to slow it down. Love setting a pick. Gets the ball out to Olin Carter. And it's 3!
Great answer. Now it's time to bring that same energy on the defensive end.
Carter now 4 of 6 from 3. The team 4 of 9. 44%, and it's been all Carter.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what he do. The stroke looks good, and he's playing well.
A deep shot there from Foster won't go, and it's McLaughlin the other way. And an errant ball finding a fan on the floor wearing a green Mavs jacket, a great-looking green Mavs jacket at that, off the shoulder and out. So if that's a Maverick, whose possession is it? The affiliate system, right?
Great riddle. So that fan wasn't paying attention. He was on his phone. I guarantee you he's looking now.
Well, I know he was because his phone got knocked out of his hands. And a nice play there from Foster. And another timeout from Coach Gallinopoulos, as he cannot be happy with a 66-62 deficit as the Vipers stay on top. 8:15 to go here in the third quarter. Texas needing a response. They need it soon. Texas Legends basketball back in just a minute. Tried to talk about it earlier, but we'll try this again because if you couldn't be here tonight, there are upcoming home games presented by Synergy One Lending. Friday, January 14th versus the Santa Cruz Warriors, and Saturday, January 15th against the Santa Cruz Warriors, a doubleheader there. And then Monday, January 17th versus Oklahoma City Blue. That game a 3 p.m. tip, so go ahead and notch that down as an early afternoon game. Legends on the inbound off the timeout. Bumped out, looked like off the leg of Hunt. So this should be Viper ball. It'll stay actually with Texas.
You know, typically I'm not a big fan of calling 2 early timeouts, but in this situation, I thought Coach G called the perfect timeout. Unfortunately, we have 8 straight minutes of basketball, but he felt he had to control the guys, and now it's a 4-point game, and hopefully good things are happening.
Ever heard of the term stop the bleeding? There's a little bit of that there. Put a Band-Aid on this before it's too late.
Absolutely.
Bay, outside 3. Bounces off the rim, but then falls.
As we talked about earlier, they were 1 for 18 in the first half, and you just have to know that cannot continue. And RGV, they're coming out doing what they do.
Very nice run from the Vipers, up 69-62. Olin Carter, step back. Short. Still had a chance, but decides not to fall. Here's Vital the other way. Crisscross. Bay. Step back. 3. Short. Air ball. But the rebound hit home. Courtesy of Trey Mitchell. And that 2-point lead has now increased to 9. For the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. 18-7 here in the third quarter run for Rio Grande Valley. Finally some relief as Vital missing an open three. An inside pass to Koo. Team wanting a foul call. He goes to the floor. And checking into the ball game for Texas, Brandon Fields and Isaiah Brown.
Good sub by Coach G. He's bringing in Brown and Fields. Both of them are bringing more energy and effort on the defensive end, and that's the problem. I thought this was a really good sub.
And contact down low on Goo.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul. Anytime the guy's behind you and he hits the ball out that's in front of you, typically that should be a foul.
Jean Giroux inbounding it off his fingertips on the pass from Goo. Back the other way of the Vipers. Hey! Jamon Ivey laying it in. Big man Loudon Love heading over to the baseline to check in at the next opportunity. Fields on the give and go. Back outside to Carter. This time he goes inside. He's been the only legend to hit one from three tonight. He's 4 of 6. The team 4 of 10 as a whole. They're 42% earlier, dropping to 40. A lot better, though, than the 3 of 23 from the Vipers at 13% from three, but it's been all Vipers here in the third quarter.
It seems as if the offense runs 10 times better with Love in. His main job is to create action, and he understands that. So that will help all of the guys get open looks.
An and one for Love, who got the rebound of DeJean Giroux. That breaks a 9-0 run from the Vipers. Finally, there's that Band-Aid that Coach Gallinopoulos had long been looking for.
Great sub. Great sub. Now it's time to gather the troops and get some stops.
Can I just say, too, and I need to say this, Loudon Love's hair, feathered and lethal. Not only does he have a physical presence on the court, but in the hair department as well. Smith, outside.
I've never heard adjectives feathered and lethal regarding hair.
Well, you have tonight, partner. That's how we roll. Speaking of feathered and lethal, Love finds Fields, who drives inside. Now back to Love. Had a little too much on that one.
I love the paint shot, though.
73-64, Vipers on top. Down to the final 5 here in the third quarter. Aggressive rebounding from the Vipers as Love battling it out, and the Vipers get the ball again on a turnover, and they will put it home. Khalil Whitney pairing up with Trey Mitchell on that one. Giroux again, a little too much on the roll-off. Back come the Vipers. And a foul. That foul on Dingu.
You know, this game is, there's so much time left in this game, and it seems as if the offensive lull is affecting the defensive energy and effort, and that can't happen. There's so much time left.
Apologies, the foul was on Loudon Love. I saw the 3 and the 2, and I flipped them. Of course, Love rocking number 23, Dingu rocking 32. Told you I'm not good at numbers, which is ironic because a lot of what I do is looking at them. 4.5 here in the third quarter, as Texas trying to keep up with the Vipers. It was the other way around in the first half. Ron Hunt on the left side, shot from 3. Love with the rebound.
So that particular shot from Hunt, from a coach's standpoint, the driving kick, he caught it and he wasn't ready to shoot. In the corner, you have to be ready to shoot. That's a shot that most teams don't want to give up. But he settled for a contested corner shot.
So,
And I think that mindset will change as he gains more experience.
So Vipers will maintain possession. As Fields all over Vital, but Vital finds an open lane, tries to lay it up. Taken away, though, this time by Brown. Back the other way, Texas, inside pass and long sends it home! What a move! What a pass! What a put away!
So that's one of those momentum-changing plays. Let's see what happens.
Crowd back on the side of the Legends. Outside from three for Bay. No good. And thank goodness it didn't go, because you just mentioned momentum. The worst way to respond to that is to give up an uncontested three.
You know, that's a tough cover for Love, considering Bay is really not a 5.
And here's that play again. Inside pass from Brown to Love, who drives now on the floor for the Legends, but loses it. And Vipers come up with the ball. You know, one of the games that we got to call earlier in the year was Carly Jones and that monster dunk that he had that seemed like he was at the free throw line. That one made the rounds.
Yep.
I have a feeling that dunk from Love will also make the rounds tonight.
Agreed. He showed his athleticism for sure.
Working out the logistics on the floor. That dunk bringing the Legends within 11. And that changes quickly because the layup from Ivy has a foul called on the floor. This time goes the Legends' way. Or wait, is it against?
They called a double
Legends?
technical on number 3 and red 5, Brandon Fields.
So both players with the double technical?
Yeah.
We didn't get any explanation at the table.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Nonetheless, it'll be Legends ball. So there you have it. Fields the jumper. And put away! Leon Gilmore the third.
We need a lot more of that. I love Gilmore and Love playing at the same time. Great call by Coach G to kind of pair them up.
Wasn't even time for a rebound on that play.
Yeah.
The ball stayed at rim level.
Yeah.
Foul on the Legends, though. That'll send Tyler Bay to the line. I believe that's Bay. Yes, Tyler Bay. Rocking the Galaxy purple Nikes. One of the things I like to do during a game, look at the shoes. Right, that's a big part of the game now. All these players getting shoe deals.
No, I think Jarreau has the sweetest pair on right now. He has the black low-top Zion Williamson shoes.
You're feeling Jarreau tonight. You picked him for your early candidate for player of the game?
I did. I think he has a hookup from his connections with Houston, because that's a Jordan brand school.
There you go. As down to the floor goes McLaughlin, and it'll be a foul. There's the shoes you like there, Coach Ty Ellis.
There you go. You know, I have a secret weapon. One of my close friends is Mike Bibby. So I'm going to give Mike a call and have him, because he's a Jordan brand guy. So let's see what happens next game.
Did you just slide in a humble brag that you're best friends with Mike Bibby?
You know, I was bragging that he's a Jordan brand guy, not that it's Mike Bibby. So...
And that you just so happen to know him well.
Yeah.
Enough where you could ask him for a request like that.
Correct.
High pass, finds Bay on the outside of the right side. Bay looks for an outlet, finds it with Vital. Shot from three, Vital, dagger. 81-70, 84-70. Rio Grande Valley dominating here to start the second half. No answer from the Legends. DeJon Jarreau, open lane. Brought to the floor, no foul. Viper ball. Vital, another outside three. This time wide. Gilmore up the court. Whistle down before a shot can come off from DeJon Jarreau.
You know, that's one of those turnovers that drives me crazy. You should know where you are on the court at all times. That corner out of bounds is just crazy.
Legends need help from three. Olin Carter checks back in the game. Hopefully he can bring some of that. Still the only Legends player to find the bucket from downtown. 9 turnovers this quarter for the Legends in what has been not an optimal start here in the second half. 84-70, a 14-point lead for the Vipers. Again, they regained the lead in the third quarter. They had not had it until early in the first, and that was still a 10-9 lead. And then it was all Legends. But something was said in the locker room by Coach Mahmoud Abdel Fattah, because the Vipers putting their poison in Texas. As Vital lays it up and in.
That particular play, you know, I'm just going to move on past it. It's a 16-point lead. As you well know, 16 points is nothing in the G League.
Coach Gallinopoulos using his 2 timeouts early to try and avoid what is happening right now as the clock ticks down to the final 45. Have to imagine some sort of stern conversation will have to be had as time is running out.
Yeah, it seemed as if all the 50-50 balls, all the energy, all the effort is leaning more towards RGV's side. Somehow, some way, the Legends have to come back, gather together at the end of this quarter, and get on the right track.
Vipers, Marcus Foster running point, and batted away, this time by Olin Carter, and DeJon Jarreau finds an outside JaQuori McLaughlin, and no doubt about it, sinks the three.
Let's finish this quarter strong. Got a 3, let's get a stop, see what happens in the fourth quarter.
Final 10, Vipers with the ball. We'll get in one last shot before we enter the final frame. Foster steps back, 3, in. 0.3 left on the clock. I thought he hit the buzzer, but it's a 3-pointer to finish the third quarter for what was a dominant effort from the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. Absolutely all Vipers all the time. And the Legends need a response, and they need it soon, because 89-73 ain't gonna cut it here in the opening matchup of the third part of this season. Texas Legends basketball back in a moment. Back here in Frisco, Texas for the final frame. And let's take a look at the Southern Star Fun Zone, where you can bring your kiddos, and while you focus on the basketball, they can focus on the fun. The Southern Star Fun Zone. Fourth quarter action, Legends down a considerable amount after dominating the first half. I wouldn't say dominating, but definitely playing better of the two teams in the first half.
Great defensive possession right there. It seems as if that particular statement in this basket right here can definitely set the tone.
Nice gentle lay-in from JaQuori McLaughlin. A good start for the Legends, getting the first 2 of the fourth. Outside shot, nothing but net. This time for Khalil Whitney.
They just called double fists. I believe that's their zone call.
Olin Carter outside. Perfect.
Which is always good for a shooter.
Now 4 of 7. Excuse me, 5 of 8 from 3. McLaughlin, the only other Legend to make a 3. But a response from the Vipers as Foster finds the net.
The Vipers couldn't find the basket. But as we talked about earlier, that's only temporary, and now they're knocking down these three-point shots.
Rio Grande Valley on the cusp of triple digits. 5 away. Rebound for Foster. And an open Whitney slams it home. And a timeout called from Coach Gallinopoulos. A lot of shades what we saw earlier in the third quarter, Coach. Hopefully this time, Coach Gallinopoulos can dial up the right defense to produce a stout offense. Find out next. Texas Legends basketball returns in a moment. Back here at the Comerica Center in Frisco, Legends down 97-78 to the Vipers. Here is your Kia drive of the game. And we saw it coming, but here it is again. Brown finds an open Love and slamming it down. Vicious, Loudon Love. Our Kia drive of the game. Well, the Legends have 10-15 to find a response to what's been a white-hot Viper offense here in the second half. They struggled in the first half with threes. They're 6 of 12 here in the second half from outside. Something that we previewed that this is normally a strong point for them. A strength is the three shot. So that they were 1 from 18 at some point was a bit curious. They seem to find that comfortability in three-point shooting and at the wrong time if you're the Legends.
Yeah, well, the confidence from their three-point shot comes from them getting easy baskets. When the ball goes in, it doesn't only go in close, but ironically and magically, those three-point shots become easier.
DeJon Giroux, hook shot, bucket. Now, I got to ask, because you've been talking about DeJon Giroux all night, as you should be. When you played ball, were you rocking the short look?
Absolutely not. You know, I am totally against that that look. I grew up in the Fab Five era, right, where they had the black socks, the baggy shorts. So that was more of me.
Shots for Carter. And he's now 2 of 2 on his free throws on the night. 18 points, Legends leading 18 points. Behind him, Loudon Love with 14. Ja'Cory McLaughlin 11. And then off the bench, Isaiah Brown 7. Faron Hunt with 10 as well. 28 points for Tyler Bay, our featured player of the night for the Vipers. As Smith misses from 3. I mean, you know, we pick who we want to highlight before the game because we feel like they'll have a good game, they'll be strong. But Tyler Bay, 14 rebounds, 28 points. Absolutely stellar night from Bay.
Absolutely. That particular play that we just saw, they caught a foul on Hunt for a holding on the offensive rebound. We don't know if he did or not, but the problem is when the shot go up, he watched the ball and didn't go and hit the man.
Massive three from Marcus Foster to put the Vipers in triple digits.
The confidence is extremely high right now from all the players on the Vipers.
I think one of the things we need to mention too, Coach, because these two teams have played each other before, we're not really mentioning much about those two games because, like you mentioned, this is like a new season. The NBA G League is split up into 3 seasons. You have the first part of the year, you have the showcase, and then you have this 36-game stretch before the playoffs. So you're not going to hear us talk a lot about what we've seen before because there's a lot of new names, and you kind of have to just throw out everything you've seen up until this point.
Very true.
Hunt driving, slides. And the layup rolling and falling for Ron Hunt, continuing his strong showing tonight. But the Legends still in the 80s. With time ticking down. And Mitchell rolling it in. Legends need some big-time offensive prowess here. And a missed three from DeJon Jarreau, not providing that. Back the other way, Vipers. And Whitney this time rolling it in. And a timeout on the floor, and things starting to get dire for Texas. 106-83, Vipers leading, 7:26 left in the ballgame. Basketball for the Legends, back. Here in Frisco, 106-83, Legends down, 7:26 remaining. Let's take a look at the North Texas IMD good look of the game. Loudon Love, Hail Mary for Ron Hunt all day. Our North Texas IMD good look of the game. Looking like Dak Prescott out there, Loudon Love. You think he's available for the playoffs?
Well, I don't think Loudon Love will take Dak's spot, but he can be a tight end.
Okay. I believe he's actually got some football. I need to check back in my notes, but at some point I think there was a walk out onto the gridiron for Loudon Love. As for tonight, though, he's got 14 points and has the second most points for the Legends. Inside pass to Bay, who remains persistent. Goo hangs on the rim, so play whistled down. He will get the foul. I can't talk enough about how much Bay has done tonight. That's his 15th rebound on the night. He's 5 for 5 from free throws, 8 of 19 from the field, and 2 of 6 from three. And watch him grab that ball right out of Field's hand there. And patience to wait on Goo to drop down.
Hey, Bay plays with a level of grit that's very impressive.
Stellar defense from Goo. Turning aside. And he started the drive, and he'll finish it and get the foul. Ding Goo.
Although he didn't dunk that ball, but that is a momentum-changing play. Let's see if they can finish this 6-41 strong.
He made the stop on the defensive side and quickly moved his way under the basket.
Not only was it a stop, he blocked the dunk, he ran the floor, embraced the contact, and won.
Two guys on him, too. Nice eyes there from Perron Hunt, finding an open Gu. So he goes to the line. First free throws of the night for Dingu. He's got 6 points, make that 8 now. Again, still one free throw until the final 2 minutes of the basketball game. And fading away and one is Tyler Bey.
I mean, we've seen it all night long. He just plays with a level of toughness, right? And he finishes strong, and he wants the contact. One thing he does exceptionally well, he embraces it, and he wants it, and we just saw that.
At one point when he was with the Mavs, had a two-way deal. Never played with the Legends. He spent his time with the Long Island Nets. He was drafted 36 overall by Philadelphia. Again, we mentioned in the pregame he was traded for Josh Richardson, with Josh Richardson for Seth Curry, something I think a lot of Mavs fans would like to have back, watching Curry and his trajectory.
Absolutely.
But he makes his free throw. Down to the final 6.5. A vast gap between the Vipers and Legends. And a missed three from Olin Carter.
Good look, good shot.
You heard it there. No complaints from Coach. This coach, Ty Ellis, not that coach, Gallinopoulos. Vital, who has been elusive tonight. 9 points. The lobber picked up by Love. And the Legends moving with urgency, looking for the oop to Hunt. Batted away, but Brown comes up with it. Nice pass from Fields to Love. A driving Hunt slams it home.
One thing that Love does, when that defensive pressure in the pick and roll, they want to trap. Love is a really good short pocket passer. He receives the ball, he sees the weak side, he makes the passes on time, on target.
I don't know about you, Coach, but I'd make the argument this next minute and a half is crucial if the Legends want to have a sniff at taking home a victory in their opening weekend of the third half of the season. Third half, that doesn't make sense.
So
third section of the season.
As we talked about it earlier, Hunt, he just made a foul. It was an obvious call, and he argues with the ref and gets a tech.
Deficit at 21 points. As Love having his hands up the whole time saying, I'm just standing here, man. I'm just here. Shots for Vital. Now the official setting the floor. Some confusion as to what to do next. So we'll just sit here and wait.
Yeah, it was a technical foul and a foul on the floor. The ball should be taken out.
.2-point deficit, 5-17. Again, the records are clean. 36 games towards the playoffs. First game back for both teams. Nice defense from Texas. Inside pass back to the outside. Shot from three. It's Whitney.
Yeah, if you saw that last possession, Bey, he's dominating this game, and he was on the floor diving for the ball, keeping the ball active.
.23 points. Now the deficit. Vipers preparing to check in what looks to be 3 players at next opportunity. Inside lane. Laid up. Nice defense from Love. Trey Mitchell, Marcus Foster, and Smith checking in. Coming out is Bey. Has to be exhausted. He's at 29 minutes, 31 points, 17 rebounds.
What a monster game.
Kind of when you're like, whew, thank goodness we picked him as our featured player. Got that
Absolutely.
one right. Be shots for Fields. First time to the line tonight for him. And it's good. Guess here is the Vipers will try and slow things down, run some clock.
Look how comfortable Smith Jr. is dribbling the ball.
Viper.
I think Love has the ability to move his feet just as we saw. Anytime the bigs is in a DHO, a dribble handoff, and the defending big just let him break the three-point line, it puts so much pressure on the weak side and the defense.
Ball out of bounds. Again, Vipers will come up with possession. Under 4. This one appearing to be out of reach for the Legends here on their second home opening night of the season and the third part of the season. At the first half of the year that started in early November, towards the middle of December, the teams then went to Vegas for the Winter Showcase. The Legends went 8-6 in the showcase. Their last game there on December 22nd. 3 games postponed in between that time and now, to where they start this third part of the season. And a nice shot there by Brown. And a timeout called by the Vipers. We'll keep it here, Coach. You kind of called this in our halftime thoughts and sentiments. You said, while the game is in favor of the Legends right now, things need to change in certain areas for them to be successful for the second half. Well, it's been all Rio Grande Valley in the second half. What are you seeing from Texas? Where can you pinpoint the struggle?
To be honest with you, without being too critical, a lack of energy, effort, and focus. And that has to change regardless if we're playing this game or the games after. Everybody has to come in and be on the same page.
If that's you not being too critical, please don't ever critique me. But I think that's a fair statement, and I think Coach Gallinopoulos would agree that it's just not been there in the second half. You were able to kind of keep things in check in the opening first half because the Vipers were playing also not their best ball, but 2 teams came out of the locker rooms, and one of them has certainly responded and knocked off a little bit more rust.
Well, I saw one team shoot 1 for 18 in the first half, and they were only down by 2 points. And that is scary if I'm the Legends going into a half.
A lot of attempted threes, 9 of 35, but most of those coming here in the second half. Shooting 42% from the field are the Vipers, opposed to the 47% from the Legends, which you look at the numbers and you're like, but it's turnovers, rebounding, and points off of turnovers.
So the Legends have 19 turnovers, and RGV has 25 points off of those turnovers. So turnovers, they happen, they are part of the game, but you can't compound the turnover by not sprinting back and playing defense.
Again, to remind you, the Legends will be back at home next weekend, Friday the 14th and Saturday the 15th against Santa Cruz. A 7:30 and 3 o'clock, or no, both 7:30 tips, excuse me. Monday is the 3 o'clock game.
So they're in zone again. Typically, the RGV goes to zone after free throws. That was a great execution of the play, and they got a foul.
Two and a half left here in this game. Certainly now at the point where we can safely say out of reach. But need a strong finish. You need to carry whatever momentum you can into the next game, because these 36 games are going to go by quick.
Yeah, and games like this, like, you want to see who cares. Like, it's so easy to sit on the bench and complain, and it's so easy to play with half energy and effort. You have a job, go out there and do it.
Legends gave up 128 to Rio Grande Valley back on December 15th. And the Vipers 10 points short of that here tonight with 2:39. That was a loss, 128 to 90.
Yeah.
Shades of that one here tonight in Frisco. Brown outside. Falls off the rim into the hands of Foster. Vipers, some good passing inside, but it's stolen by Olin Carter. Carter inside. Some contact on the wrist will send him to the line. By the way, tonight's attendance here on Saturday night, again, first home game since December 11th. So roughly a month. We're January 8th, a couple days shy of that. Tonight's attendance, 5,359. How about that?
Not bad at all, considering the boys are playing.
Were they?
I'm sorry, maybe that's tomorrow.
No, they were, but we weren't focused on that. We were focused on the Legends tonight.
Shout out to the fans for coming out and supporting.
That's huge. And you talk to Coach Gallinopoulos, you talk to the players, and one of the first things they always mention is the support of the fans.
Rightfully so. They've been very, very consistent.
Nice steal from Fields. Brown stops up and misses the three wide.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of 2-on-1 3 and give up a wide open dunk.
And the dagger had already been placed, but another vicious dunk, this time from Jamon Ivey, who picks up his 12th point of the night off the bench. How about this? Khalil Whitney, 17 points off the bench tonight for the Vipers. 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Good night from him. But again, story of the game, Tyler Bay, who appears to finish with 29 minutes, 31 points, 17 rebounds. A lot of attempts, though. 9 of 22 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, and perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
You know, Bay did what we thought he would do, and I think personally I've praised him enough, to be honest with you. But I will say this. I like what Love did. Love had 16 and 9 in 22 minutes. And the Legends need Love consistent play like this in order for them to have a really good second half of the season.
As for the Legends, Loudon Love, 16 points. Owen Carter, though, the leader at 21. He's 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 5 of 9 from 3. He was perfect heading into the half, and 6 of 14 from the field for Carter. And it'll be an inbound pass courtesy of Gilmore to Fields. Back to Gilmore. Minute 25 now as the clock continues to drain here on a somber night in Frisco as the Legends just couldn't keep up from a quick Viper attack that started in the third quarter. And a nice shot there as Leon Gilmore bringing the crowd that's left to their feet.
You know, that shot looked really good, and he's a lefty. I've always had a strong admiration for lefty shooters.
You know, I'm a lefty shooter.
Are you? I admire your shot.
You haven't seen it.
But you're lefty.
You probably wouldn't admire after you've seen it, but I am a lefty. I'm actually, fun note about me, I'm ambidextrous.
So you can throw with your left and right?
I shoot with my left. I throw a baseball with my right. I kick a soccer ball with my left or my right. I'm all over the place.
I think you're like a superhero or something. That's
Look,
crazy.
I won't say it, but if you want to say it, I'm not going to stop you. As to the line is Whitney, who's up to 32 minutes. And how about this for Whitney? He played just 18 games, averaging 13 minutes per game at Kentucky before declaring and going undrafted. So he's used to 13 minutes a game at 32 tonight and has made the most of them.
Did you say he played 13 minutes and left early to enter the draft?
Played just 18 games only averaging 13 in those games,
Oh, wow.
and then left to declare and went undrafted.
Okay.
As Brown lays it up. Dingu trying to finish it off, but it's actually E.J. Onu who will do that task. Down to the final 30 seconds. Again, the Vipers put up 128 on the Legends back in early December at 122 now. Fields over under. And if anything, the Legends are going to at least finish with some confidence.
Yeah.
Here in the triple digits now.
I tell you what, this game could have been an easy 30-point game the way they came out. But they came out, they finished strong, and hopefully, they could build some momentum.
So Rio Grande Valley will dribble the ball out 2-1. Not the way the Legends wanted to start this third part of the season. They will move to 0-1 off a 122-105 loss to the Vipers. And the Vipers moving to 1-0 here.
Yep.
And the third and final act of the 2022 NBA G League season. A valiant effort in the first half. They just could not carry it over to the second half and finish this one off. Vipers win again, 122-105. Post-game show next.